So how do I choose my strategy? What is the best route for me to take?
Here's where I usually start with people. I say, what's your timing? You're living somewhere now.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lease that has a deadline. If you don't renew, what happens to your rent? Because in some cases, I saw it doubled, which I
Yeah.
thought was just horrendous. You're going to double my rent because I don't renew 3 months
Mm-hmm.
in advance?
Yeah.
What the
It can
heck?
happen.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. It's a challenge, but we've worked with it. So, what's the timing? Maybe there's timing that's based on your personal job situation, kids at school, you want to get another season of skiing in, I don't know, whatever it is, think about your timing. And then who else is on your team? I understand the realtor, you, the realtor, the lender, but who else? Because sometimes, especially for your first home, there's a trusted advisor. It could be a dear friend. It could be your folks. It could
Mm-hmm.
be your grandparents. It could be somebody who's giving you down payment assistance in the family bank
Yep.
gift. Who is it? Identify it and make sure that you figured out how you're going to work with those folks and they all know about each other.
Could be your spouse, right? Maybe you have different goals for your home than your spouse does. Maybe you want to live in a different area. Maybe you want a different backyard. Have open conversations with your spouse or your partner about what you're buying and why you're buying it and what he or she wants, right?
Oh, yes. When Kent and I bought our second home, we'd only been married at that point 15 years and we'd known each other 20 years and we we're realtors. So you would think we'd have pretty good communication about houses. And it's time to move. And so we're got a babysitter for the three kids and we're going in and I see this house and it's got an apricot tree in the yard.
Hmm.
So psyched because I'm 5 years old again. And I'm up in the tree eating fresh apricots, and the kids are screaming in the house, and I don't have to be with my sisters. It's lovely. So all of a sudden, I hear Beth. I'm like, what? I was talking to you. I'm like, you were? Like, yes. Do you see this tree? I said, oh yeah, I see this tree. It's so cool. We can't buy this home. It has a stone fruit tree. I said, no, that's an apricot tree. It's like, that's what I said. A stone fruit tree. Nobody in my family is going, especially me, to live in a house with a stone fruit tree. It took me a while. I'm going, what's wrong with a stone fruit tree?
Yeah.
They're lovely. They bloom in the spring and you have fruit in the summer. And they're beautiful in the fall. I don't know what there isn't to like. He said, you didn't grow up on 2 acres picking up stone fruit.
Hmm.
Oh, we never thought about that. But what
Yeah.
you talk about stone fruit?
Yeah.
So you will, in your learning, learn a lot about your partner you never knew.
That's right. That's exactly right. So make sure you remember they're on your team too. Talk to them.
Oh, has to be, has to be. And then there's some things that could hold you up. If you think there might be a job change coming up or a promotion or a relocation, maybe that needs to be paid attention to, or you're delivering a baby at a certain time. That's not always the
That's a
best.
big one.
Yeah, yeah. What could push you faster? Getting in before the baby's born, maybe, or getting in so that your child can start kindergarten at the right time, whatever
Hmm.
that can happen. And what happens if you buy this year? Because usually when people work with me, we get it done.
I have one question.
Mm,
What happens if I don't buy this year?
it wasn't time.
That's right. And so you just want to look at both of these openly and honestly. What
Yeah.
happens to your life and your lifestyle if you buy this year? What happens to your life and your lifestyle if you don't buy this year?
Yeah.
Neither Beth nor I ever tell someone, today's the day you have to buy a property. We like to give you all of the information, all of the options, and then you make the choice. But you really want to think through what happens if I buy? What happens if I don't buy?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
important.
both of them. It's a personal decision. It's kind of like with renting, right?
Yep.
There are times when it makes sense to rent, and there are times it makes sense to buy.
Yep.
If you look at today, tomorrow, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what is likely to set you up for success?
Yep.
That's what we're here for. It's for you to have your success the way you want it.
That's right. And now it's time for me to select my realtor. How do
Yep.
I do that?
Give me
Pretty simple, right? I just call you.
give me a call, and whomever you're going to work with, put together a game plan, kind of a timeline, go through the what ifs, go through your plan and your budget, and start saving. Big journeys only happen over time. You've got to clearly have an intention of what you're doing. You've got to be focused, and then you can make it happen. But do start with somebody by your side who's able to professionally give you guidance and answers to questions, because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of emotion.
It is.
That's a lot of time. So let's make sure that whatever happens is what you need to have happen in the time frame that you need it. Okay?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And that brings us to our last slide, Beth. How do we get in touch with you if we want to learn more?
It's all here. 303-550-2941 is my phone. It works for text. I've got a website with looking at houses all around the metro area, bethbakerowens.com. You can check me out on Instagram and get a better feel for kind of the things that I like. There'll be a little bit of real estate, but not a lot. And as I was talking with my daughter and my son, they said, well, Mom, not everybody gets their questions answered on a webinar. And I said, well, of course not. I said, well, will you please tell them that you'd be okay to get together with them for a cup of coffee? I said, yeah, coffee or tea, that sounds great. That way, if you've got questions, we can go over them personally, privately, and get some answers to questions. If I don't know the answer, we'll figure it out together.
Yeah.
And same with Joe. If you've got questions of the financial variety, give him a call and say, hey, am I in a situation now where I could buy? Something happened earlier. This is where I am. I was told no. Can I now? And Joe will be able to tell you.
That's right. That's right. I love talking about this stuff. Just like Beth, I know you love talking about this stuff. I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about real estate, thinking about loans. So you are never hassling either one of us. You are never inconveniencing us. Give us a phone call. If we're available, guess what we're going to do? Answer and chit chat with you. If we're not available, guess what we're going to do? Call you back. Leave a message. We'll call you. We love talking about this stuff. Send a text, send an email, follow us on Instagram, either one of us, and let us know how we can help you. Beth, thank you so much for this. I really enjoyed it. Everybody out there, I hope you learned some information about buying your first property. I hope you feel a little more confident, a little more empowered, and a little more excited about going out and purchasing your first property. Beth, any final thoughts?
Yeah, let's make your dreams come true. Thanks.
We'll see you guys again soon.